Amber Brown is Not a Crown by Paula Danziger, the final chapter, Chapter 9. Today, Mr. Cohen's class is going to have a pizza party. That's the good news. The bad news is that it's a going away party for my ex best friend, Justin Daniels, and we still haven't spoken to each other. I've been waiting for him to say, I'm sorry. I don't know what he's been waiting for. So we've been sitting in class right next to each other without saying a word. Well, hardly a word. I confess, once I did say, "Hey, dirtbag, would you please pass the eraser?" Continue reading. And then I pretend to scrunch up over my worksheet so that he can't see that I'm very close to crying. Mr. Cohen flicks the lights off and on. The pizza will be here in 5 minutes. Extra cheese, mushrooms, the works. I pick up my head and look over at Justin. He doesn't look any happier than I feel. I make a decision and call out, "Tell the guy to hold the anchovies," and then look right at Justin, pretending to be holding wiggly anchovies. He starts to laugh. I pretend to flip an anchovy over to him. He pretends to grab it. "Let's go stand in the hall for a minute," Justin says, picking up his knapsack. We both walk over to Mr. Cohen and ask to go out in the hall for a few minutes. "Sure," he motions to the door. As we walk out, I think I hear Mr. Cohen say, "Finally." Read this page yourself. Let's see the last one. All the kids there already know each other. My parents say I have to be brave to be a good example for Danny. That it will be fun, but I know my mom is nervous about moving too. I heard her talking to your mom, and it's too late to join a little league team, and everyone there thinks I talk funny, and I have to learn to say y'all and ma'am, and I say, and? Justin turns red. And I'm going to miss you. I smile for what seems like the first time in years. Pause the video. After, pause the video. Read this page, please. Thanks, it's the best present ever, I say, knowing that I will save it for the rest of my life. The pizza guy arrives with 10 pizzas. My stomach smells the extra cheese. Mr. Cohen comes out. Read this page to yourself. Maybe someday we'll travel around the world trying out new flavors of chewing gum, and the chewing gum ball will get so big that we'll build a house for it. Until then, maybe I can save some of my allowance each week and call Justin once in a while. He can do the same. I think I'm going to learn his new phone number by heart. Whenever I think about third grade, I'm going to think about Justin. And I bet he's always going to think about me. The end of the book. Why do Justin and Amber Brown ask Mr. Cohen if they could go out in the hall? What does Justin give Amber Brown as a present? Why does Amber Brown start to imagine how life might be when her and Justin grow up? Are you like Amber Brown or different? Explain. So I need to see about 3 to 4 sentences here. Are you like Amber Brown or are you different than her? In characteristic. Think back to all the different traits that she showed in her character, the ways that the emotions came when things became frustrating. Explain how you are different and would respond differently than her. And that's the end of the book.